Under equations here, this is multi-step. I know this gets to be a little tough, but Gabby Barons, when you hear the word multi-step, what do you suppose that means? Exactly. So there you go. We're half the battle is won. Write down this example. Let's start with some easy ones, work our way up to the harder ones. For example, if you have a problem that looks like this, 3x minus 5, or 2x minus 5 equals 9. It seems like we've done something like this, but maybe not, doesn't really matter. Okay, this is a combination equation. You've got both multiplication here and you've got subtraction here. Okay, so that's the reason it's a multi-step, because it takes 2 steps to get rid of both of those things. Now, when you see an equation like this, have we done all this before?
Yeah.
Okay, well, don't worry, we're getting harder. The first thing you always do is get rid of the addition subtraction first. Okay, the last thing you're going to do is divide or get the little number in front of the letter away from its little friend there. And you always think opposites with equations. So to get rid of a minus 5, you add 5. And what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So I end up with 2x equaling 14. And then your last step, you'll see, is always to divide by what's in front of the x, or the letter. So divide by 2, divide by 2, x equals 7. So there's a little refresher for you. Because now they get just a touch bit more complicated. Write down this one. If you see 3x plus 4 minus x equals 28. Okay. What we have here is step 1/2. Before you do step 1 here, your goal is still to get the x by itself, but you must now think about doing first, can you combine anything on the same side of the equal sign? Your first step is to separate the problem, look at it on one side of the equal sign, look at the other side of the equal sign. And before you do any shifting over between one side and the other, look to see, can I combine anything on this side? Can I simplify this side here? To which you'd say yes, because you have 2 x terms and you can combine those x terms. Ava, if I have a 3x and a minus x, I get 2x. So then I'm going to rewrite that with just the 2x there. These 2 go away, leave me with the 2x. Now I have plus 4 equals 28. And it looks just like the equation we did over here. The next step, Colton Shoot, would be to? No, that's the last step you always do. Multiplication is always the last step you do. It's kind of like the reverse of order of operations. Okay? In this case here, you want to, Holly, subtract the 4. Get it over to this side over here. And now, Colton, the last thing I do is divide by 2. Divide by 2. So now x equals 12. And what you should understand, what you've just done is this. If you replace all the x's in here for 12, this should be true. In other words, is 3 times 12 plus 4 minus 12 going to give you 28 if you do all that work there? Well, 3 times 12 is 36. 36 plus 4 is 48. Subtract 12 from 48. What did I do later? I'm sorry.
It's 40.
Oh, it's 40. Sorry. 40 minus 12 is 28. So you do end up with the 28 equal to 28. Not all that. And 12 subtract 12. Let's look at a couple more, for example, for instances here. How about this one? 7x minus 12 minus x equals 36. I'll give you a chance to do that there. Give you a short 7x. And again, please, the more work you show, the better off you'll be. Don't skip any steps. You'll just find it's cost you in the end. 7x minus 12 minus x. You'll always start by writing the problem down exactly as it is in the book. So the first thing that you do in this is what, Charlie? Well, I'm just asking for the first thing. I'm not asking for the answer.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, second thing you do is can you simplify anything on either side of the equal sign? Look at this side, look at this side. Well, there's nothing, obviously you can't do anything with 36, but what can you combine on the left side there, Kendall Howell?
7x and x.
7x and a minus x gives you what?
6x.
6x. So that should have been really your first step, correct? That's what you should have written down. Then, Grace Jones, the next thing I'm going to do is
Divide.
no, people. Divide comes, the absolute last thing you do is you're going to divide by that 6. Always, last thing you're going to do. Bailey Lankin, the next thing I'm going to do is no. It already is a subtracting 12. Opposite of subtracting is,
Addition.
so you're going to add 12. It goes away here, add 12 over there, you end up with 48. So 6x equals 48.
8.
Then the last step, children, always is either multiply or divide, and almost 95% of the time it's going to be division. The only time you'd see multiplication is if it was x over 6 equals 48. And rarely does that happen. Usually it looks like this. You divide by 6, you divide by 6, x equals 8. Another one. Okay, since we're making slow but sure progress here. 4x plus 10 plus x equals 100. 4x plus 10 plus x equals 100. Go ahead, work that one out there for me. Oh, there is a division one there. Let's do that one. Now, Charlie, the first thing I do after I write down the problem is,
You ever see if there's like any answers?
can I combine anything on either side?
You can do 4x plus x,
And that gives you,
5x.
thank you very much. And please make sure you write this down. Don't try to do 2 steps at once, it's just a bad habit to get into. Bad. Next step. Don't give somebody says divide and Josh!
Add or subtract.
And in this case, it's going to be, it already is an add, so I always do the opposite,
Oh, it's
subtract 10.
So this is gonna be a long list.
Yes, it is. So now 5x equals 90, the last thing I'm going to do, Ava Wyrick, is,
Is divide.
yes, do you see the pattern there? And 90 divided by 5 is what, 18?
Yeah.
Just to show you what one looks like, Taylor Pavey, what's the question?
The where it says 10, I don't get why it's minus even 10.
Well, because if I added 10 to it, that wouldn't go away with it, I'd end up with a 20 on this side.
Oh, okay.
In equations, you're always looking to get the x by itself, and to get rid of, if I have 10 things, and I want to get rid of 10 things, I subtract 10 things.
Oh, so then if it would be minus ten,
If it
then
was
you would
minus
add
10, then you'd add it to both sides, right. And you always think the opposite. Whatever the thing is, to get it to the other side, you do the opposite. If it's addition, you subtract. If it's subtraction, you add.
Okay.
If you look in your notes under equations, I'll bet we wrote the word opposite there. Do the opposite at some point. Yes?
Yes.
X over, look at, here's one gonna be a little different. X over 5 plus 4 equals 13. Same rules apply. Can you simplify anything? No. So now you go right into how do I get the letter X by itself? I have a adding 4, so the opposite of adding 4 is to subtract my 4. Subtract 4 and I get X over 5 equals 9. This is one of those cases where this is a division problem, so to get rid of a dividing by 5, I have to
Multiply.
multiply both sides by 5. Because this will cross off. X equals 45.
Wait, why do you?
Because this is X divided by 5. Opposite of division, but multiplication. The rare time that will happen, once in a while it does. Usually it's next to the number and it's division, but once in a while it will be multiplication, but it will still be done last. Caroline's tour.
So you're basically trying to get X by itself twice.
Where's the other time?
Like, could you
Well, see, this is,
subtract
it's not by itself because it's got a 500.
Oh,
Now it's by itself here. But I think I see where you're going with that.